Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the long-awaited, much anticipated topic of eyeliner. So if you struggle with application of eyeliner or you're trying to figure out what type of eyeliner, pencil, liquid, gel, powder, which type would be the easiest or the best for you, stay tuned because I will be covering all of those types of eyeliners, especially because I'm going to be sharing tips for those of us with hooded eyes. Now, as we jump into it, if you are new here, special welcome to you. I hope you'll hit that subscribe button. And if you are a longtime subscriber, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. Now, as we get started with this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 4 different types of products you can use for liners, and I will share with you my favorite brands and products in each of those categories and favorite brushes. So we're going to start off with eyeshadow as liner, and then we're going to move into pencil liner, and with that I'm going to include how to do tight lining and some tips in how to keep that in place. Then we'll move into gel liner and then liquid liner. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, what's really the big idea with eyeliner? Well, in general, eyeliner helps to make your lashes look fuller, because if you're placing that dark color into the roots of the lashes, it's going to make them look much thicker and fuller. The second thing that I love is it can help kind of change the look of the distance of your eyes on your face. So if you're somebody who has very close set eyes, you can apply your eyeliner starting about halfway across and out and extend it beyond your eyes, and that is going to make your eyes appear like they are more evenly spaced. If, however, your eyes are more wide set, you can bring your eyeliner all the way into the inner corner and not wing it out beyond the outer corner, and that's going to help make your eyes look like they are more equally spaced on your face. Now, my eyes, I don't really feel like they're either close set or far apart, so in general, I like to start my eyeliner about 2/3 of the way or halfway across, so that's how you'll see me apply it. And the final thing, and this is probably my favorite thing about eyeliner, is it can help change the overall shape of your eyes. So if you're somebody who says, you know, I don't like that my eyes are so round, you can use a liner across the top and bottom in the center to help kind of make your eyes look more like the shape of an almond. And almond shaped eyes are kind of the goal of most makeup artists. You can use eyeliner to help lift that outer corner and make the eyes look more lifted. I have more downturned eyes. I also have hooded eyes. So that is my particular challenge with eyeliner, and that's where I'm going to focus most of my tips today, is how to really lift that outer corner and do winged liner with hooded eyes. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start off first with eyeshadow as liner. So I used an eyeshadow primer, and you need to do this even if you're just doing liner. So I'm going in now for eyeshadow with the Tartelette Lil Toasted palette, this dark chocolate brown. You want to use a very pigmented eyeshadow, and this brush is the Morphe M165. I think this is a really easy brush to use with powder shadow liner. So I am just now going to press that brush into the roots of the lashes. So it's almost like I'm just doing dashes along the lash line, and as I get closer to the center of the lid, I'm making the line even closer to the lashes by pressing the lashes down and pushing the brush into the roots of the lashes. And then I just lightly connect all those dashes together, and then on the outer corner you want to go below the lower lash line and go up on the outer edge, and that creates this nice little flick there. And so go underneath the lashes, and then once you do that, look straight ahead in the mirror. You want to relax your eyebrow when you look straight ahead and make sure that you can see that little point there, and then go back and just darken the outer corner. So you want to make sure the upper and lower lash line are connected there in the corner. And there you have a nice little flick and a darkened lash line. And then if you want to add a tiny little bit on the inner corner, again, push those inner corner lashes down, press the brush into the roots of the lashes, and that will allow you to get as close to the lash line as possible without taking over too much of your lid space. Now, if you want a more dramatic wing, again, you're going to go under the lower lash line and you're going to start there. Keep your eyebrow relaxed, and now you're going to use your brush and go up, and I'm going past my crease there, past the fold of my hood. Do you see that? And I'm just going very lightly, little bit at a time, and you can see how low it looks like it is. So it is below the corner of my eye, but because I am connecting it with the lower lash line and going up, it's making it look like my upper lash line, it connects there. So now I'm going to go in with this tiny little brush with no extra product. This is the BK Beauty 208, and I'm just going to pull out the edge of that powder shadow slightly, and you can see it creates the faintest, thinnest little wisp of a winged liner. Now we have a little bit of some patchiness here, so you just want to go back with that little brush and fill in the corner. Make sure your eyebrow is relaxed down, and there you go. We have a nice little thin baby wing on the outer corner there, and it's connected with the lower lash line. And there we have our shadow liner complete. Now for tight lining, my favorite tight lining eyeliners are by Urban Decay. I love the shade Demolition. It's a dark brown, matte brown. And then I also love the Pixie Endless Silky pens. You know that. The L'Oreal Infallible Pro liners. Those are also very long wearing. And then the Lottie London AM to PM. All of those liners do well along the lash line and in the inner rim. Now, I've been asked how to sharpen the Pixie liners. They are not automatic, so you do need to sharpen them, but just do about 2 turns and then pull out the pencil. It is a very soft formula, so you may need to clean off the tip of it, but just a couple turns, be gentle, but they do sharpen pretty easily. Now, you could use the pencil just like we did the powder shadow and line your eyes that way. But we're going to do tight lining this step. So the first thing to do to make it easier is to actually curl your lashes, because this will help expose your tight line, which is the area between your lashes and your eyeball. And so then you're going to take your pencil, holding it very lightly towards the end of the pencil, and you're going to just press it into the roots of the lashes. And just give yourself a little break, put a little bit of the product on the tight line and blink, and then do a little bit more. And as I go towards the inner corner, you'll see I am just really pulling up the lashes and trying to keep that liner as much into the roots of the lashes as possible. I wear contacts, so if I get too close to the eyeball, it'll get all over my contacts, and I hate that. Now we're going to use the Morphe M432 with a little powdered shadow, and I'm going to press that into the roots of the lashes. So under the lashes there on the upper lash line, and this is going to help that pencil liner stay in place longer. It is going to help set it, because I've heard from many of you that have said that yours travels throughout the day, and so using a little bit of powdered shadow to set it in place will help. And then I'm going on the top of the lash line and just smoothing out that line with a little powdered shadow, and voila, we are done with the upper lash line. On the lower waterline, you could use the Pixie Silky Endless Pen. I love that there, but I want to do something less harsh. So I'm using the Urban Decay Mushroom Pencil, and you can see I'm starting not all the way to the inner corner, just a little ways out, and I'm just doing a little bit at a time, then letting my eye blink several times. And this will help reduce watering and irritation after you've applied your eyeliner, because many times if you just force your eye to stay open, it'll get dried out and teary, and then you ruin all of your hard work here. So I pressed that into the lashes, and now I'm going to set it. You could set it with a lighter gray, but I'm going to use this dark gray from the Sydney Grace palette. And again, I'm using that Morphe M432, and I'm pressing the powder shadow into the roots of the lashes. This is going to set that crayon in place and help it wear a lot longer through the day. Then I am also taking a little bit of that shadow underneath the lashes and pressing it into the roots of the lashes to again help everything stay in place throughout the day and make sure the lower lash line is nice and smoky and yet still soft. All right, now we are ready for gel liner. This is by Inglot, and I'm using their angled liner brush. This is one of the best liner brushes I've used, but you could also use the 208 from BK Beauty. And since I'm using the Inglot gel liner from my makeup artist kit, I'm putting it on this palette first, dipping my brush in the tip and a little bit on the side, and now we're going to create a wing with this liner. Now, if you go directly from the corner of the eye up towards the brow with hooded eyes, many times, if that's how you start, look what happens. Do you see the fold is going to come down and it's going to ruin, it's going to cover that wing and actually make it turn down and out. So we'll fix that in a moment, but what we are going to do is I'm just holding the skin just lightly taut. I'm not pulling, but I am with gel liner. You do need to kind of create a smoother surface on your eye. So I pulled the liner in from the outer corner first towards the center, and now I'm just filling in the gaps. And so you can see I have it starting from the center of the lash line out. And so you can just take that brush and create one smooth line. And okay, now what are we going to do here? This is not a good look. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to go past the fold of my eye first. And so I'm going a little bit beyond, and then as I go past the fold, I am thickening that outer lash line just a little bit. And now I'm going to take my almond oil. This is what I use to clean up eyeshadow or liner all the time. So I'm going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to take off this corner here. Okay, so already it looks a little bit better, but now we just need to add a little bit more so that that wing doesn't look like a mistake. So with hooded eyes, you have to be careful not only about the angle, but you do want it to look like it's intentional. So first, what I'm going to do is connect the outer corner of the lower lash line, like the outer corner of the eye, with the lower lash line first. So the main key that you're going to see repeated over and over with winged liner and hooded eyes is you want to work from your lower lash line first. That is going to be the key to getting the proper angle and to preventing you from getting those strange lines in the outer corner. So you can see already it looks better. And so then now we just have a little bit to fill in here on the upper lash line. So I am now lifting my brow and I'm tapping that liner into the lash line where there was a gap. So you want to leave your eyebrow relaxed when you're creating your wing, but then you do want to lift your brow just to make sure you got all of the area, the space along the lash line. Now I'm going to show you how to tightline with gel liner. So you want to coat the side of your brush, and you're going to just pick up your lashes and dot this right into the roots of the lashes along your waterline. As I get into the inner corner, I felt like it's helpful just to pull up your lashes a little bit there. And you can kind of look the opposite direction, turn your head, and work your way into the inner corner. This takes a little coordination. So, and this makes my eyes feel a little itchy by doing that inner corner. It kind of tickles them a little bit, but I just worked my way towards the outer corner, and you can see what a dark, deep, dark lash line you can create with gel liner. There is no gaps between the lashes, and we have that nice little wing on the outer corner. It's not turning down funny or anything like that. All right, now on to the final one, which is liquid liner. And this is really my go-to. You could tell I have a lot of liquid liners, but all liquid liners aren't created equal. So you have ones like this. This is the Milani Matte Stay Put Liner, and it is a good product. But these well liners, I feel like there's so much product when you pull out those brushes or the tips that they get all over your lashes as you're trying to apply them. This one is one of those soft felt tip pens, which I do like. You can see it creates a really nice line. It's very soft. Unlike this one, this is also a felt tip, but look how hard it is, and therefore it makes it it's not very flexible. So even though it's pointed and it's kind of soft, it's not flexible. Last one I want to show you, it does have a fine felt tip, but it's a little bit longer of a tip, and I find these a little harder to control, like this one from Benefit. I mean, just look at how wonky this line is, and you really have to have a steady hand. It is very pigmented, but yeah, the line says it all. So my favorites are IT Cosmetics Superhero, M Cosmetics, KVD Tattoo Liquid Liner, and the Hank & Henry Blickety Black. And all of them have this fine tip. It's actually brush hairs, and you can create just the finest line if you want to, or a deep dark line. All right, now I'm going to show you how not to do liquid liner first. So many times people will start in and they will hold their skin taut. And then when you do that with liquid liner, you can see already I'm having troubles creating a straight line because you really have to have a steady hand and draw straight over that taut skin. Then I start pulling out this liner with my eye taut, and I'm pulling up my eyebrow there because, you know, I have hooded eyes, right? Uh-oh, we're getting a little off here. This is not looking good. Well, let's try that again. Okay, we're going to go in a little bit further, and we're going to go straight up towards the brow. And I'm holding it taut, I'm pulling it back, and still not quite right. When I lift my brow, it looks pretty good. So maybe we just need to go past the fold. Well, the more I add, do you see that? I'm lifting my brow, I'm going higher, and the more I add, the more it turns out to the side. Have you ever had this happen? Yes, it can be very frustrating. And then all of a sudden your fold starts making the liquid liner get all over the place. You think, okay, maybe I just need to thicken it. No, that's also not happening. That is not helping at all. So this is what many times you end up with. So how do we do it properly? All right, I'm going to shake up this liquid liner. This is the IT Cosmetics Superhero, probably my favorite black liner. I'm laying the brush into the roots of the lashes. My eye is completely relaxed, and you can see how lightly I am holding the pen. And I am just making small little lines. You don't have to do the whole thing all at once, just little dashes connected, and I am relaxing my brow. All right, now for the wing. I'm going below the fold. Do you see that? Below the fold and also below the corner of my lower lash line. Again, I'm starting from the lower lash line and going up. Then I am gradually going to start bringing the liner back on the upper lash line. All right, now we have a tiny little wing forming. Now I'm going to bring it down to the lower lashes. So when you build up your wing, or when you're trying to correct it with hooded eyes, you want to again use your lower lash line as your guideline. So I thickened up that outer corner going below the lower lashes. And now I can thicken it up just a little bit. And I'm just holding my skin just a tiny little bit so that I can pull out the thinnest, finest little bit of a wing there. And now you can see I do have a gap here in the lower corner, the lower lash line, and you want to make sure you fill that in. And then lift your brow and fill in any gaps between the liner and your lash line. And you can pull out that wing just a little bit more. And there you go. We have a very nice wing liner. The lower lash line connects beautifully in the outer corner with the upper lash line. And we have this nice smooth line across the upper lashes. And so here's the finished look. And I do have my brow relaxed, looking straight in the mirror, and that wing is still going up towards the brow. All right, so for my look today, I cleaned up my eyeshadow in the outer corner with my Q-tip and almond oil, and I gave myself a pattern for my winged liner. I'm going to use the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Mad Max Brown. And so just like I did before, I'm starting about halfway across. But as I get to the outer corner, I don't want quite as dramatic of a wing, but I am still going to use that guide of the shadow. I'm starting with the lower lash line, kind of below that outer corner, and starting to pull my wing of my liner out just slightly. And then I'm pulling it back on the upper lash line towards the center, and I'm gradually, as I get to the outer corner, I just want the finest tip. So I'm using the tip of that liner to kind of create a really crisp corner there. So you can see we have a nice small wing going into the kind of center of the lid. And then I'm going to take the BK Beauty 208 brush and just a tiny little bit of shadow and use that just to create a real soft edge there at the very tip of that liner. And then on the lower lashes, make sure you connect that corner of the lower lashes with the outer corner of the upper lashes. And again, this is what is going to help sell that winged liner with hooded eyes. One final trick I'm going to show you. Take a angled liner brush. This is from Bare Minerals, and I'm taking a matte cream eyeshadow. I'm going to use this right below that wing there. This is going to give the illusion of a more lifted outer corner here. It's also going to help set whatever liner you have in place. It's going to help it keep from traveling through the day. I'm also going to use a little bit of this below the lower lash line liner. And again, this is going to just help prevent any of that from smudging through the day. All right, so now that you've seen the whole process, I'll give you kind of now an up close kind of finished look here with the liner and seeing how it just works with the mascara and the outer edge. I have a slight wing, but it's not huge, but you can see it just kind of makes the lashes on the outer edge look like they're longer. So I hope that this was helpful for you. As always with new makeup techniques and tricks and tips, it just takes a little bit of practice. So be patient, give it several tries, and hopefully you will be a pro at lining your eyes in no time. Also, I would encourage you to try different types of liner. If you've been frustrated with pencil liner in the past or intimidated by liquid liner, hopefully the tips and tricks I gave to you today will help you and maybe encourage you to explore some different options. Thank you as always so much for being here. I hope that this was helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.